Hey guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. So today I have a very special video planned. You probably just saw it right down there. But I made something and I'm going to show you guys what it is. So I made this air cannon. I don't know what to call it. Put in the comments down below what you think I should name this and I will label it somehow, maybe right here. So I will explain how this works. So first of all, I'll just say what it can shoot. It can shoot anything that fits in this 1/2 inch PVC barrel, and I don't know how long it is, but it's maybe 2.5 feet, I would say. So anything that can fit in this will shoot. That does not include marbles. It's a little bit too small for marbles, and it does include Nerf darts, so that is a plus. So the way this thing works is that it has this little valve right here. It's a regular old bike pump valve, and I got it off of a bike tire actually. So what I did is I put this lid right here, this little cap, and glued it in there with epoxy. It's airtight, it is not going to fly out of there. So what you do is you hook a bike pump up to it, and you want to pump it up to about 100 psi. It depends on what you're going to be shooting out of this thing. Never pump it up more than probably 130 psi. It is rated up to like 180, but I would never go above that just for safety reasons. But I do about 120 psi depending on what I shoot. So today I'm going to be using 120 psi, and I'll show you what I'm going to be shooting here soon. But so how it works, you pump it up to about 120 psi, and then the air goes into this air tank right here. It stores it, and then this valve right here, once it's turned, it releases the air out of this 120 psi. 120 pounds per square inch is what psi stands for. It rushes out very quickly in here and out the barrel and shoots whatever's in the barrel straight out. So I made a custom filter for this. So this is gun without the barrel. You can't take the barrel off, all these other things are glued. So I made this little filter adaptation. You guys can't really see that, but there's a little filter in there, like a metal filter. So this goes on here so nothing can get in here, nothing that's like bigger than the size of maybe some sand. So that always stays in. You want to make sure that's down pretty hard because you don't want that coming off. And you also want to put the barrel on. Don't want that coming off either, so you want to push that in very hard. So today I have a couple things that I will be shooting out of this thing, and I also have a couple things that I will be shooting at. So the first item that I will be shooting today are these Daisy Powerline 1/2 inch glass slingshot ammo not BBs, marbles. These are custom marbles, like regular old marbles that you get at the store will not fit, but these will, because they are 1/2 inch. They're a little bit loose, so what I do with that is I get a piece of toilet paper and wad it up to the size of the barrel so it's pretty tight, put it behind these marbles, and then it launches it out the barrel quite nice. I also have also be very careful. Viewers' discretion is advised. Do not do something that will hurt yourself or others. So anyway, I have these 50 caliber muzzleloader lead bullets. So these ones are 1/2 inch bullets since they're 50 caliber, 0.5 inches. These do work out of this thing. They go very fast and they are insanely powerful. And I do not recommend using these at all, honestly, because they're super dangerous, because they're really heavy and they go far. Just not a good idea, so don't do it if you're in the town, which I am, but I don't know, we're going to see how this goes. But they do come with these little sleeves. You're going to want to put them around the bullets, maybe as well as some tissue paper, because it's still kind of small. And my targets today are going to be pumpkins. So the bullets themselves can go through 10 inches of styrofoam, hit a piece of wood, bounce back, and go 1 inch back into the styrofoam. So these things, you're not messing around with them. But I have pumpkins today that I'm going to be shooting at. So I have just regular old little pumpkin gourd, and I felt like this was kind of in season because it's kind of fall. And I also have a bigger size pumpkin right there. And I have faith that it will go completely straight through both of them. I don't know, with the big one, it has guts in it, which will slow it down quite a bit, but the bullets are pretty heavy, they're going pretty quickly, and we're just going to see how it works. This one is a little bit denser, so I don't really know how that'll work. The marbles will not go as far as my hypothesis because they are lighter. And like the more they're not going, I don't know, it's kind of difficult to explain. But let's just get right into the shooting test. So I'm going to pump this thing up to 120 psi, and the first thing I'm going to be using is one of these marbles with a tissue paper wad. And just like that, this thing is pretty much ready to fire. All you have to do is load whatever you are going to shoot into the barrel. So like I said, I'm going to be shooting these marbles. So what you do is take the barrel off, you rip off a piece of tissue paper, wall it into a ball about the size that would fit the barrel quite snugly, but you don't want it to be too snug because that's too much pressure and it could just literally blow the whole thing up. So you want to put that right in the end of the barrel, the side that's going to be going into the gun. You want to get a piece of ammo that you're going to be using. In this case, I have a marble. You just want to drop it into the barrel, where this is with the side with the tissue, so you chop it in so it goes right here. And all you got to do is take the gun in the barrel, push it down into the gun pretty snugly, and it sits right on this custom-made little holder thing, and we are ready to shoot. So we're here at basically point blank range. We're gonna shoot this thing and see how it reacts. So this is the marble in 3, 2, 1. There we go. It didn't even go inside of it. It just stuck right there. So I did get my hypothesis right, and that would not go through it because it's not that powerful, honestly. So now we're gonna move on to the actual bullets. So I pumped this thing to the exact same pressure as the marble, and we are actually going to shoot 2 bullets because the first one is going to be just the toilet paper wad, and then we're going to do the actual casing around the bullet. So here we go. This is with the toilet paper and the bullet. And very fast, it made a tiny hole straight through that thing, and we're going to check out the damage. So I cut this thing open, and I haven't opened it yet, and we're gonna see how far it went. So this is the first time opening it. I'm gonna take the lid off, quote quote lid. So we're gonna find the entry hole. It's right here. So the entry hole on this thing, I can't see it. I will circle it on screen right now and point to it. But that is the entry hole, and I'm going to figure out where the bullet went. So I found the bullet. You guys can't see it because the lighting is too dark, but it's just lying right down in the bottom of this. Got to reach down, and here it is. It went down. It's perfectly undamaged, and I don't really know where this thing hit, like on the opposite side of the pumpkin. I think it hit this like big column thing of guts, which will slow it down tremendously, and I think it hit pretty low. So it just didn't go through. So we are going to try again, but with the black casing around the bullet and no tissue. So I have this pumped up to the exact same pressure as the previous shots, but this one is a little bit different because I have the bullet in its casing, and what's supposed to happen is that once this thing goes to further distances, the wind catches these flaps, the black thing falls off, and the bullet just flies out. So it fits a little bit tighter in the barrel, and we're gonna see how well this thing performs. Okay, and 3, 2, 1. That one took the barrel off. I did not put it on tight enough, but it made a hole, and the casing actually went inside of the pumpkin, which is surprising. We're gonna open it up and see the damage. So we're gonna open the lid up, and first thoughts. I see where the entry hole is. I will show you guys. I will point on camera again, but it's the same kind of entry point. I do not know where the casing is. The bullet is right here, just laying in the bottom once again. I'm gonna search for the casing and update you guys once I find it. So I looked and looked for the casing inside the pumpkin, and I could not find it. And it turns out it's right back behind me. I don't know how it got back there. It does have some pumpkin guts inside of it. You guys can't really see because of the lighting, but it did not enter, or at least it looks like it did, because the top one is a nice entry hole, to be honest. Those are really good entry holes, actually, but it did not go inside of the pumpkin. So not surprising that it didn't go in, because it's kind of big and not very heavy. But we're gonna go ahead and do the same thing, but with the smaller pumpkin. So I'm not going to be using the marble on this one because they are round and I do not want any chance of this thing ricocheting and hitting me. So we're gonna do what the second shot was and shoot the bullet with the wadding in it without the casing. So here we go. And 3, 2, 1. It completely destroyed that little pumpkin. There are pumpkin guts on the other side by the black tape. Don't think you guys can see that, but we're gonna look inside and take the damage. So obviously straight through that side, and it came out this side. I am going to try and look for the bullet. It might be still in this thing, but I will update you guys once I find it. So not very long before I could find this thing. So here's the entry hole, and it's just stuck right there in the exit hole, and it is facing backwards. So I don't know what the deal is there, but we are going to dig it out, and I doubt there's any damage to it at all. So there is a tiny bit of damage to this bullet, actually. You guys can't see it, but there's a tiny warp like in the hole area, but yeah, not much damage at all. We're gonna go ahead, put it in the casing, and do the same thing with that pumpkin. So same procedure. We have the bullet with the casing on it, no wadding, same PSI. And we're gonna shoot it right at this pumpkin and see what happens. And 3, 2, 1. I got completely sprayed. Oh my gosh. Here, let me flip the camera. So this is just me sitting here with the gun, right? I got completely splattered. I got stuff all over my hands, all over my shirt, all over my pants. Like, it's literally all over. I haven't checked out the pumpkin yet, but it's seriously all over the place. I did get a tiny bit on the gun too, right here. But we're gonna look inside the pumpkin after I get done cleaning up. We're gonna go ahead and look at the damage. So it splattered out the backside. Interesting. So the stem was kind of grown into the pumpkin, so that kind of reinforced it, but it obviously cracked it right here. I don't know if it's gonna focus, but yeah, it cracked it. Nice entry hole. Once again, I'm gonna try to find the bullet. So I finally found the bullet after some digging, and I got chased by a bee in the process because apparently bees like pumpkin guts. But anyway, back to the video. So no damage at all, pretty much. It is scuffed a little bit on the front of the bullet, but pretty much nothing. So I hope you guys did enjoy this kind of video. There will be more videos in the future, the close, very, very close future, actually. So look forward to those. I'm going to be filming some here actually in a day or two. So look forward to those. But this has been my gun. I don't know what to name it. Also, feel free to make one of these things. But I do want to warn you, it's not my fault if you get hurt making one of these things, because I did not show you how to make them. I might make a video someday of making like a hot dog or t-shirt launcher. I'm actually maybe working on that. But in the meantime, build yourself one of these. They're actually kind of cool. Very simple concept. You pump air into it, release the air, and it shoots something out the barrel. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. And if you did, make sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're new. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. So quickly before I end the video, after I got done filming, I just did a test shot. And I shot it on the opposite side of the pumpkin. You can see the entry hole here. And it actually, believe me or not, went through the opposite side, made a huge exit hole, and bounced and landed right here. So it can go through. My hypothesis was correct. But anyway, yeah, see you guys in the next one.